in me being a single mom. I am a mother of two. I have an 8-year-old daughter. Her name is Serenity, and I have my 4-year-old son. His name is Sair, and he'll be 5 in January. And I've been divorced for 2 years now. It's been 2 years, going on 3 come January 2019. It'll be 3 years divorce or whatnot. And life has been really interesting, I will say. Trying to get things back on track and just trying to really figure out life as a single mom. It hasn't been easy, and I definitely don't say that because I'm looking for sympathy points. I'm definitely not trying to get sympathy points or anything like that. I just really want to come on here and just kind of share and let somebody else know that you can make it, pretty much. And I'm still going through. I'm still not all the way where I want to be. I still am not at the place to where I reached my fullest potential of where I know God wants me to be in life. But in that, I'll say, I've lived in Washington for 5 years. Last year, 2017, in August, is when I came back to California. I'm from Compton, California, born and raised or whatnot, and I decided to come back to California after living in Washington, the state of Washington, for about 5 years, just to try something else, try something different or whatever. But I got to a place out in Washington to where I just wanted to reconnect, be back with family. I kind of went through my divorce and everything like that on my own, because I was embarrassed, I was humiliated about a lot of the things that transpired in my marriage or whatever. So, I kind of was in Washington in hiding, if I would just be honest, or whatever. But, in deciding to come back to California last year, it's been tough. It's been a struggle. I'm still not at a place to where I want to be. I still don't have my own place to live. I still, I'm still not comfortable in life, or whatever. I've been pretty much living from house to house. I have pretty much, I think I went a whole month with living in rooms, just kind of paying money to get a room for a night, a room for 3 days, 4 days, just so my kids wouldn't have to sleep in the car, just so I wouldn't have to bother anybody and ask somebody, hey, can I stay with you tonight or whatever. I went through that, jumping from house to house to house to house or whatever, just kind of wherever I can lay is where I laid or whatever. And in all of that, I definitely can say God has sustained me. God has really kept me in a place to where I'm holding on to Him. I'm holding on to His every word. I'm holding on to His strength. I'm holding on to the peace that He surrounds me with every day. And even about 3-4 months ago, I had to quit my job because of the work schedule that I was working. It was really conflicting with me being able to pick up my kids from school. And when you really don't have that help, that everyday type of help that you need, it gets to be hard, and you get to be frustrated with life, and you get to be like, okay, what am I gonna do? Because I was getting to a place to where I was picking up my kids from school. I was driving from work, and my kids were, because we were primarily here in LA. They were going to school in LA, and I was working out, pretty much taking me about 1 hour and 15 minutes every day on that 405 to get them, be able to drop them off at school, get to work, and then coming back, getting off on that 405 freeway or whatever. So I was picking them up late every day. Like, you don't even understand how many conversations I was having with the daycare people and with my daughter's school. Like, I'm so sorry, I apologize, I work quite a ways, whatever. Thank you guys for staying here. Like, I would be picking her up late every day after 6 o'clock. Or whatever. So it got to a point to where I really started to ask God, and I really started to just kind of really pray about what my next move is going to be, because I can't do another school year like the one I've just recently did last year. I can't do another school year like that or whatever. Like I need to be able to work where I'm going to work. I need to be able to afford where I'm going to live to work at. And where I was working at, unfortunately, the cost of living, I couldn't afford to live there. I couldn't or whatever. So I had to think, I had to figure it out. I had to really, really seek God. And I have 2 cousins that lives in like the Palmdale, Lancaster area. And I've been out there a few times since being back or whatever. Every time I went out there, and also just kind of going out there for some other stuff or whatever. But in every time that I went out there, there was a sense of peace. There was a sense of like, okay, I can actually live out here. Like, this is probably where I'm supposed to be. Like, I just really feel like this is the move I need to try to make. So in deciding that, you know, I started to go hard and look for jobs. I started to look for places to live, apartments and things like that, and just started to price and see or whatever. Okay, start looking at prices. I can afford to live out here or whatever. So I started to go hard with the looking for jobs or whatever. And when it came to be my daughter's last day of school, you know, I really had to go to God, and really I woke up that morning and I just said, okay, God, do I put in my 2-week notice or my notice for my last day at the current job where I'm working? And I immediately got a text about probably a minute or 2 later that someone texted me and said, new opportunities, new start, levels of newness is coming your way. So for me, that was the sign that, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and go forth and go ahead and, you know, start the process of moving me and my kids to the city of Palmdale or Lancaster, wherever I was to find a place to live, or wherever I was going to find my new job at or whatever. So in that, I was, you know, kind of just living off my savings, living off of my savings, and just really kind of just watching every penny that I spent, and really kind of just maintaining, you know. And in that, I can say God has really sustained me. God has really maintained me and my kids to where I'm not sleeping in my car, you know. I'm not sleeping on the streets. I'm not in a place to where I am just like it, because it could be real worse right now. It really could really be worse right now, because I don't have anybody that I can go stay at their house or whatever. So right now I'm in a place to where I am just maintaining and living where I can live, but it's still not my own. And I really desire to have my own place. I want my kids to have their own rooms. I want to be able to have a front yard to where they can go out and play, and have a nice area to be kind of living in or whatever. And in that, in me looking for jobs, and I've been on interview after interview after interview, and I know I have the skill, I know I have the experience, I know that I can do the job. It's just that I really don't know what it is. Maybe that's just not what God has for me, because up until now, you know, I do have a job offer on the table, and it's with Wells Fargo, but they want to offer me half what I was making. And it's like, okay, I really have been going back and forth with that decision. Do I accept this? Do I not? And I just feel like everything in me, down to my gut, is like, nah, Sherry, this not it, or whatnot. Because I believe that God is not going to take me from where I was and take me back like 10 notches. I don't believe that that's the type of God that I serve. I serve a God that's gonna do bigger, better, and brighter things in my life. And I do realize that even in that, I realize that I may even have to take a pay cut. But I can't do half of a pay cut from what I was making yearly. And then you want to talk about just half? Like, I can't, you can, in this day in 2018, you can't even live off that. And I'm not going to throw out the dollar signs of what Wells Fargo was offering me, but it's like an insult. It's really an insult to my experience. It's an insult to what I bring to the table. It's an insult to, if that's back, because I used to work for Wells Fargo back in 2000 and, I think it was 2008 is when I started there. Like, they're offering me now in 2018 what they offered me back in 2008. It's like, come on, y'all see my resume, you see my experience. I interviewed very well with you guys. Like, you guys are just offering me what y'all offered me back in 2000. That's an insult. And it's just like, I can't do it. Like, I can't. So in that, you know, I just believe that God has not brought me this far to where he's gonna leave me now. And I keep that in my head. I keep that with me. I keep the I declares, because I have a black book here that I go in every day, and I just have a whole list of I declare things. And I go back to it and I read it and I get it in my head, and I just be like, okay, God, I hear you. I see you. Like, I just believe that God is going to do, he's going to manifest everything that I desire. I declare that I will have my own place to live in. I decree and declare, oh God, that my kids, I will be able to provide for my kids more than enough. I decree and declare, oh God, that I will be happy. I decree and declare, oh God, that this is not it for me. I decree and declare that I will get the income that I desire and that I deserve. I decree and declare, oh God, that my best days are ahead. I decree and declare that I am the head and not the tail. I decree and declare that I am a lender and no longer a borrower. Like, those are things that I, but I decree and declare that my son will not have several baby mamas. Like, those are things that I want for my kids. Those are things that I want over my life, and those are things that I believe that are going to happen or whatnot. So in that, you know, the Wells Fargo offer, that may not be for me. And in that, I say, and you know, there may be some opportunity, or there may be something that was thrown at you that may not be for you. I say you have to pray fast, pray fast, pray fast, pray fast, seek God, pray fast, pray fast, pray fast. Because that's what I'm constantly doing on a daily basis. Because every move that I make at this point in my life, it has to be confirmed by God's word for me. And that's just how I live my life. I can't afford another mistake. I can't afford another bad decision. I can't even afford to settle in this day, in this time in my life right now. Like, everything God has for me, I'm holding out for that. So, you know, in that I say, don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Don't get frustrated. Don't stress yourself about it. Don't be even concerned. Once you give it to God, leave it on the altar, as they say in church. Leave it with God and let him work it out. You be encouraged to pray. You continue to study your word. You continue to pour into yourself positive things. Continue to pour into yourself. Even surround yourself around people that are positive influencers. Like, I don't even have time for people in my life right now at this day. Like, I don't have time for people that have a negative thing to say, the woe it's me type thing. People that can't be consistent in my life. I've just really gotten to a point in life, like, for real, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older in life or whatever, but I've just really gotten to a place to where, like, I don't have pity pat story, yo, woe it's me type story, because of everything that I'm dealing with. I'm doing everything in myself to keep myself together. So I can't keep me together. And I try to have this positive smile. I try to, you know, I never try to show what I'm really maybe feeling on my face or whatnot. But sometimes, you know, life gets the best of me. And if you're really, really close to me, then you get that vulnerable part of Sherry or whatever. But I've just come to a place to where I don't have time for people in my life that can't uplift me, that can't be positive, that does not want to see the best come out of me or whatnot. I need positive people around me at all times. So if I have to stand alone in this thing, then I'm good with that. I'm good. I'm good. Like, I don't need no whole bunch of people around me with all this negative stuff around me. Like, I just don't have time for it. So in that, I say all of this to say, and I shared a little piece of my testimony to say that just know that you can make it. Just really know that if you trust the process, God is going to make a way. God is going to provide. He is going to give you the desires of your heart. You just have to hold out, and you just have to stay strong in this thing. It may not look like what you think it should look like right now, but know in due season, everything is turning around in your favor. And I'm encouraging myself with that, because everything, I just believe it, like real soon, everything is about to turn around in my favor. So this offer may not be for me or whatever, but I just know that God has something for me. I know that he has the right dollar amount. He has the right area, and everything is going to work together. Where my kids is going to go to school at, the house we're going to live in, everything is going to fall in place, because I am a single mommy and I have to have everything close knit. I need my job to be here. I need our place to be right here. I need the schools to be close in network. I need everything to be in the area or whatnot. Like, I can't afford to be driving hours away from my kids' school to where I work. Like, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm trying to get to a place of stability for me and my kids. So I hope I was able to encourage somebody. I hope my my testimony, my struggle, my current situation now just uplift. I'm not where I want to be, trust and believe, but I keep a smile on my face every day. I keep it moving. I stay positive, and I just know that things are working together for my good. I just know that. I'm just, call me crazy if you want to. I just know that things are working in my favor. So, go check out my page on Facebook. It's a support group for single mommies. It's called Beauties Destined for Greatness. I started a few months ago because I wanted single mommies like myself, just us to be able to have that support system, for us to be able to go on there and share our struggles, for us to be able to put uplifting, encouraging posts on there, you know, songs or messages or just uplifting quotes and things like that, that will let you know that, you know, you can make it. You are beautiful. Somebody does want you at the end of the day. Like, that person that divorced you probably didn't, or that baby dad, whatever your situation is, just know that you are beautiful, you are victorious, you are amazing, you are vibrant, you are valued, you are appreciated, and just know those things about yourself. Know that you can make it. Know that somebody else will treat you better than that last did. Like, those are things that I say to myself every day, like, for real, because I know that there's better coming for me in my personal life, in my career life, in my finances, in my relationship, because I do desire to be married. Like, I know God, I know God has made me a wife. Like, I just know. So I even say that, like, I am a wife. Like, God prepare me, mold and shape me for the wife that you are calling me to be. Send me the right person that's going to love me, that's going to pour into me, that's going to be a provider, that's going to love me for me, you know, or whatever. So in that, I just say, you know, be encouraged, uplift yourself, know that you are beautiful, and just know that everything that God has for you, he got it for you. Okay, happy Wednesday, and I really hope that this encouraged somebody.